he's great at communicating.
I think personally for me, I was quite taken aback by Daps's performance. There was times where he looked like Bentet, and that both of those players would occasionally just sprint into that B bomb site very confidently, looking for duels. Look at it take heads. All right, but here we go. Back into the second map, Evil Geniuses to the T side. Gen.G looking to send them down into the 0-2 dumps of Group B. Cirque misses the apartments jump. Happens to us all.
One of the best movement, some of the best movement in Counter-Strike. But sometimes the easiest jumps are the hardest. Pressure here in the halls. Moto smoke. It's fully commit.
Big push off of it. Great flashbang. Ethan gonna lend the helping hand to Stan. That's a 2-piece off of the balcony. And with that 2K, it's over. Pistols won.
All about creating space. And Stan is one of the best entry fraggers out of balcony in the game. He used to do this with just like a UMP and be able to get 2 kills on the site. Real shades of Flusha with that UMP. A push in 3v5.
Yeah, not quite done, maybe. They do still have that kit, so I mean, there's a world where they get this defuse through, but there's still so many Glocks that are ready to rattle them. That I see what Daps does. No, go guys, I'll definitely come retake with you.
Yeah, and then here's where he tells his team how bad they are and how they just basically lost the round, and
he survives. They'll have that kit moved into the next one, but that's it. That's all.
Hey, we saw what the power of a kit did for a Gen.G in that first game. Kusta,
very true,
sticking the bomb in the 2v1. But yeah,
nobody peeked.
Yeah, but it's just based on the positions here. There's not much you can do as the balcony guy. If you drop in a pit, the second guy from the T's jumps into pit to kill you. If you're still on the balcony, Stan kills you. If you're in the other side of pit, that's what everybody else is supposed to do to kill you. And so if one person dies, it's very likely the other person will too. And the flash is what ties it all together. So Eco set up here, anti-Eco, out towards Banana. CTs will be shied away. We've got the 3 smokes and saw him with a Mag 7. He is playing boosted in CT spawn, waiting for the smoke to go out. Kusa's actually got a shotgun as well. This could be very nice for. They could make a lot of money off this round. This could be a very lucrative round for Gen.G.
Yeah, that shotgun crossfire, Mag 7 and the Nova. My eyes just can't be looking away from the B site because I want to see these shotguns. And I think we're going to get it because Evil Geniuses, they feel at the top of mid, they grab that bomb and they're walking back. A smoke's going to pop over towards CT, and that gets Psalm one step closer. Now, do take note, of course, Kusta has already lost half of his health, and he just now threw down a smoke grenade to delay this. So, e.g., either they double back at the 30-second marker, they're going to have to run through. And... oh no!
Oh wow, wow. And sometimes the smoke is a red herring. They want to call it out and say you're leaving the site.
Oh, they're gonna go right in. Kusta, he's actually just gonna burn to a crisp. Psalm had his head tucked. Shotgun, good for damage. Tough to get it through though. Once you've done a little bit, Bentet, he's supposed to come in with a couple of kills, but only gets the 1. Stanislaw close gets deegged. Ethan with a little headshot, and Psalm's shotgun comes up short. That happens with the shotties at times. So Evil Geniuses, greatly done. They ran into the stacked bomb site, but they got through the dangerous waters, and they convert for the 2-0.
See that Molotov? They throw a very important Molotov. It lands on the top of second oranges so that it spreads to both first and second, just in one Molotov. So they cover a lot of the close positions just with that single piece of utility, and that allows them to get in a lot more comfortably, completely neutralizing Kusta's spot on top of the flashes that come through in tandem. Now, the same kind of B aggression here on Banana. They push everybody back, which is what they want. They cleared this out. They showed us how they can win versus a nice stack up, and wow, Stomp through the guise of the smokes is able to still win that duel versus Stanislaw. I mean, wildly spraying on his way to fall back to Emo, but gets the kill regardless. He's still alive in the site. The bomb's still at A ramp, but look at the pressure from the B players right now. They think he's alone or something.
There's a player boosted. This is a very big chance for the CT to come up with kills, but Automatic doesn't seem to fire back. And because of that, it is 4 survivors for Evil Geniuses. Another round here where we had enough of a defense, despite the lackluster weaponry, to almost start believing. However, Evil Geniuses tear through it yet again, getting through near unscathed. Only Stanislaw to the wayside. Couple pistols back down Banana in case Evil Geniuses do retreat this way, but that's the 3-0 start they'd hoped for.
It absolutely did get scary there on the B side because of the double setup and spawn with Psalm still alive. The flash that bounced off the wall, unfortunately, is a big tell for the Ts that are coming up. And I guess because they had enough people watching, they were maybe aware of the thought that Gen.G might try something like that. So they covered all of their positions, which is ultimately what's the most important thing. Sometimes rocking it back is really dangerous because you don't know what the CTs have pushed. So they decided to commit. Bomb came up a little late, which was also a bit nerve-wracking, but ultimately it worked out just fine. Now Cirque's over it. Mid. Psalm is trying to spot and get some pressure going on Banana. This time they're going to fight a bit more adamantly about it. But look at this. Arch is wide open. Daps does some good residual damage. Comes down to Library and Pit. And Bentet's already lighting it up.
Yeah, good damage there. Gets back his M4 spray. Automatic just at the end of the magazine. Gonna find the back of Cirque. Ethan decides to bomb plant. It's him and Breeze, who's currently inside of the pit, trying to throw out his utility. Ethan gonna do the same, trying to soften them up towards Arch, and those smokes are fresh. Kusta coming in short, completely denied. And Psalm, well, he takes the high road over towards the top of the scooter. Ethan, what's your play? He's going to go to the top of the box, cuts off Psalm, and because of the reload from Automatic, he knows what he has to expect. Hold this line. Goodbye. Ethan closing the round, and EG take 4.
Ferocious play by Ethan. So nicely done. 7-0, I think, so far in this game. And as we see, there was great damage done by Daps first on lane, then Bentet from the pit, killing the Arch players. Automatic even gets a kill through the smoke in the library. And you'd think that would be enough for Gen.G. If they held the line with one more player on the site versus whoever came out of halls, that would have been a wrap for sure. But EG, off the back of Ethan's huge play, makes up for all of that great damage in the early round. And, oh wow. Beautiful shot by Kusta. He was definitely, he's not looking foggy today. You know, he was looking really very not swift foggy about his decisions. Yeah, in the clutch situations. He's clearly got a bunch of clarity of mind right now. So we'll hope he acts on that more because some of those clutches were fantastic to watch. We see the aim come into play as well.
Strong start. But it's not the first 4 versus 5 Evil Geniuses have fought back from. Also, good pistol play coming out of Gen.G today. They closed Train on a pistol round, and they've opened up some of these ecos with big frags as well. Now, Tarek, he's been sniffing out mid, and he doesn't like what he smells. Although, he can't get it out of his head. Kusta peeks out a second Juan Deeg here in round 5.
From the window. Oh, Daps wins that with a CZ. This should be a write-off. They're going to go for the boost one more time.
Well timed. Psalm's going to go ahead and try and pressure it. Automatic. Boosted within. Gets the one as well. Cirque, a straight-up 1 versus 5 versus pistols. He just wants the bomb plant. He's trying to write this one off, and he's not even going to find that. Gen.G have no business winning this round. But Kusta has other ideas.
Well, they've been shooting their shot every single eco round and bringing it close. And eventually, the B pressure works out. There's definitely a couple of unfortunate frags that go down here, catching a timing at mid. The alt flank that ends up being a labored spray from whoever was in alt. You can only see it from the minimap clearly. It took a bit too much time. And yeah, you win that many trades. Ultimately, you're just here handing the round over to the CTs, even though they have worse guns. Kusta once again, top of Banana. Wow, great information gained and a good nade to slow down the pressure. He does so much damage here. His teammate falls back and stays alive. That's what's most key. Now, there is a mid trade that goes down simultaneously, and I think, I'm not sure who answered back, but it was just Tarek to get his kill, I suppose. But look at the health remaining on Breeze and Stanislaw. They could be blown over right now. A shot in the toenail would take him down.
Automatic's just got the slight gap, and he's extending into it now. Cuts off the tail end. Isn't able. Now trying to combine with Tarek. Tarek still 0 frags here on Inferno. Smoked off, iced out of the apartment, so he can't actually split into the bomb site. Meanwhile, Psalm, he's starting to collect information towards Banana. And EG...
Actually,
going quiet.
I actually really love how they're jumping off the sandbags to get information that helped Kusta's play so much. And the fact that they continue to pressure on B. Oh, they're actually worried about Arch. You saw that from Som. He's not going to rotate too early because he doesn't know if they're splitting, but now he'll push down. And they're taking a long time to get to the site. Bentet might be able to get some assistance soon.
Thing is, it's the bomb carrier who has the low HP. Tarek unable to trade so far. Bentet down to just 7 health, but Tarek walks right into Som. I was thinking to myself, because of Tarek wanting to stay alive on full HP, it makes sense for him to be the pit player, but that puts Stan in such a rough spot where all we had to see from Bentet was a single bullet landed, bombs dropped, and then, of course, Tarek's compromised, and it all unfolds exactly like that. So Bentet doing a good job of just staying silent, creating uncertainty in the minds of EG, and now creating economic problems as well. A round slips through because of those pistols. Gen.G able to convert for 2, and this should be the third. Daps very confidently just going to walk out into alt mid. He is not afraid of what he knows to be a light buy.
Surely, it's the mental aspect that's the thing holding EG back the most. Flashes here as they push up. Som could have a great ego cleanup, and he in fact gets 2, will stay alive, allow his teammate to help with the crossfire, and he doesn't have to fight anymore.
Nope, it's going to be Stan's responsibility. Him and Breeze, all that's left. P250 and a Glock, automatic. Going to miss an op shot. He will be pressured close. Som doesn't want to die here. 4 HP, minute on the clock. Eventually, the banana flank's going to come in, and by the time it gets here, it seems like another gets shaved off. Daps down, and now it all fell to Stan, but Automatics had enough. Comes in with the 2K spray down. That's a third for Gen.G, now within 1 round of tying at 4.
I agree on that rifle round. You're splitting hairs to try to figure out who was the better team. There was good plays made on both sides, pressing out with the low HP play, the 2v2. But Gen.G, I think Fight It for Banana Control was what triumphs everything. And I like that they continually do that into these rounds without actually committing players to the bottom of Banana. I like how they're using the half wall just to spot for the early round pushes. And then once they do that, they seem content moving back in after all the dust is settled. There we go. Som pulling off that jump spot once again. You obviously risk getting shot out of the sky. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that once this half. But if they win 3 rounds because of it and lose 1, it's worth it.
Ooh, dangerous games being played here on Banana. CT's inside of fire, spamming down, and Stan extends into Kusta. Sure enough, there is a smoke to immediately respond, so no hyper-aggression from EG, but they've left bomb back, so that's not their plan at all.
I think that was Kusta's smoke actually just dropped on place instead of going to the bottom of Banana. But it worked because he was standing in the middle of... Yeah, it's fine. Actually helps them delay a little bit. Bomb will still have to be collected again, and it does benefit the T's to just wait a little bit, see where the rotations are going to go. And then once they know where the rotations will go, then they try to game it one more time or just hit the site they think is a bit more vacant. Here, there's a full rotation for Gen.G into B, so they might be okay with this. They're both committed within smokes as well.
Tarek's flash, gonna signal the hit. Daps still inside of the smoke. Som on the back site. Now swinging wide as Daps. He gets the kill and great damage versus Stan. But that one-man advantage has been filtered through to the B bomb site. Smoke to meet the op. Then you constantly get that voice in the back of your head. Do we save this? They've got the incendiary, but they have no clue if there could be that potential A flank. So a man disadvantage here is starting to pressure them. Really feeling it, but looks like they may go for this. Flashbang first and foremost. Molly hits the mark. There's Bentet birding Stan out. Now they've just got to move past Banana. The T is very much inside of the site. Bentet clothesline, sidelined, and automatic trades. But it's the bomb that has the last say. And therefore, 5 rounds for EG.
And Breeze ends up dying with it. So the op is the only thing that gets saved this round, and Gen.G are the team that lose, but they are also the only team with a player alive. The buy is actually terrible here for EG. They're going to have very low grenades or Galils with grenades. So overall, not a bad round for Gen.G. It's 4-5 to start things off. It's a great execute into the site from EG. The hold is pretty decent. They go 2 for 2. It's just not it only leaves it 3 for 2 after that opening frag. And they end up getting 5 kills. The utility advantage in this round.
Ooh. 2-man boost. They see one over smoke. I mean, they're putting themselves in such a dangerous position to go for that. You know how many grenades and spam can come flying up banana. You could argue they're lucky to be alive. But at the same time, it almost worked. So I respect it, although I fear it. So Kusta's going to come back in, not shying away whatsoever, trying to labor the trade frag, but it works. And now Automatic, he can just serve as an anchor with the off. Molotov on short, that's going to prevent anybody from EG from hitting the site. You see that rotate coming over quickly.
Look how beautiful this is. They even have another Molotov. They smoked halls because they pushed banana. They already have rotated one over. And they have a crossfire.
Finds it. Yep. First kill's his. Daps. Ready to receive. We see the back turn because Tarek has to fixate on Pit, but there's still the chance. Breeze and Cirque combining
Rotation,
for 3
bomb.
frags. Puts Automatic in a weird one. He's going to come up from short. Remember, Breeze, he's just tucked inside a graveyard, so at any moment, he pops up and just blows Automatic away. Automatic actually on the site. Still not spotted till now. And sure enough, it's the whack-a-mole and Breeze to get the round finished. Good job by Evil Geniuses. I mean, you called it out. The utility on the apartments, the incendiary to keep them back. But at the end of the day, you can't stop headshots. And that's what these two put together.
No, I mean, mechanically speaking, you know, EG were superior in this round. They took apart a crossfire, but I love the round from EG. I mean, from Gen.G, excuse me. Like, I love how they played it for information. The rotates out early. The fact that they peaked half wall after all of that stuff went down allowed them to smoke halls at the perfect time, re-molly lane at the perfect time. No wasted utility whatsoever. And yeah, if they play that round out 10 times, they win 8 or 9 times, right? Like, that's a very hard situation for EG.
Yet they prevailed. And that's going to be huge for them. Trying to post up numbers, but Kusta. Kusta?
Brother man Kusta.
Me gusta Kusta.
Me gusta Kusta.
Because that is a thing of beauty. And it's not just that he's done it once or twice in this round. No. He does it 3 times throughout this second map already. And he basically won the first map because of the 5-7 play. So stop giving this guy's guns. Keep him on the pistols.
Keep him on the pistols for sure. I mean, he's great. I mean, he's been smart in the 1vx's. He's been on point with the rifles, with the pistols. Psalm could... Oh, I don't even know. Oh, that's not great for Psalm, actually. Yeah, the flank comes in. This lurk works out quite well here for EG and Breeze. In the midst of the action, he's been great on low numbers to tip the scales in favor of EG.
Kusta's going to have to walk away with this one. Awesome Deagle play towards Banana, but even with his 3K to start the round.
They really blew that for Kusta, for sure. Yeah, he got 3 kills on Banana at the beginning of the round. And look at where all his teammates died. They could have easily... I mean, I was actually talking to Automatic about specifically this, and he dislikes when people say you shouldn't push when you have the man advantage because... you won't necessarily win. This might be a great example of that. You know, just because Kusta gets those 3 kills, they still don't have any rifles to help him out. The A side is particularly weak. But
sure enough,
I think the main criticism for me is that they weren't playing in tradable spots. Because if they played in tradable setups that were aggressive, then they whittled down slightly better. Whereas where they died, they weren't in a good spot. And this is also 5v2.
I do feel for Psalm, though, in that moment, because he had just let a player slip by to Graveyard. He would have found him, except for he got flustered by the second player that comes around Arch, so he sprints with his knife out, trying to get away from that second threat, walks unsuspectingly into the first one. But, oh boy, we have got aggression coming out of Gen.G, trying to throw Kusta back behind the logs. That one's going to cost them. And Evil Geniuses, who already have a 4-round advantage here on the T side of Inferno, they're not slowing down at all. We've got the big showing from Breeze so far, something like 14 frags. Bentet's in from Pit, and he's able to stop Tarek first and foremost, but there's a lot more bodies here inside of the apps. In fact, 3 players for Evil Geniuses, and they're met by a smoke, so they stop.
Almost caught him halfway through a mag. If they're able to find that trade, great counter flash to use versus the Hall's pressure, and it's a reset of the situation. But again, when they go back late round to Banana, they've got Automatic here, who is sprayable. He could actually, he'll definitely die if he misses. Okay.
But it seems he doesn't. At least not the first shot. Still being pressured by Stanislaw. I like the aggression here. Could have actually caught out Automatic had he been entirely alone, but now he's got a CT to try and come help. Automatic missing shots, and that thin sliver of cover is not going to keep him standing for much longer. Anybody who peeks CT is supposed to die to the op, but Som drops Cirque, Breeze, late trade still, it's there for them. Health disadvantage isn't going to stop Stan. He's ready for Daps. Brings it back. 3 kills for the in-game leader of EG. 8 rounds for the team.
Well, it's good to see EG fragging hard. Look at Breeze's score right now. He's up to 15 frags. Stan getting all of these critical positions, even calling out this smoke frag. In the mid-round, it looks like EG are just taking a significant kind of tailwind and finding all of these really important openings. I like Som's trade there in construction. I think he saves his teammate from dying. Daps, who's rotating through CT, was probably screwed with an off that far up. So it seemed a bit risky to whittle down numbers, but I think it made sense. Another attempt at B control. Ethan's really, really low, but I think fortunately for him, it's the Molotov that gets the kill. Still 4-4 situation. I continue to be a fan and to subscribe to the pressure that Gen.G are applying to Banana. But look
Awesome
at these kills. Yeah.
Just perfect. You know, there was that pressure going down on Banana, and you were correct. It was the Incendiary that killed Kusta. A tick later, and there's a world where his spray down, you know, it was spot on versus Ethan. You see it do 96 damage, so he could be dead. But all the while, Evil Genius is not shying away from an aggressive stance. Once they lost Banana, and as that fight unfolded, you know, our eyes drawn to the gunfire as it should be. It's actually over towards the A site that Breeze had postured in mid. We got that flash over towards Pit. Quick hit. And I feel for Bentet, he never had a chance.
Yeah, it was quite unpredictable from EG, because I think while all this information is being corroborated that there's B Banana control at the beginning of the round, they're definitely not expecting a straight up mid hit to turn lane. So they drew the fights, and then they split the defense. Daps update. Daps had 43 enemies flash in the first half. We've learned that is a very good statistic of train, much more than the EG total. Whoa. We've actually seen I think anything is the EG. I think any number, even if it's only one, that's insane.
Sure,
because that's all of EG.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I agree with you.
That's crazy.
Still very impressive.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say one more is much more. You know, I want to know
more than all 5.
Yeah, you know, numerically, if it's 43 to 42, that's not much more.
It's much more. It's only, but that's
much
true,
more individually. But not, you know, I'm basically looking for a reason to rag on EG's lack of flashbangs. How do you let one guy outdo your whole team?
I think he has more than all their whole total, is that's what I'm understanding.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
We find ourselves locking horns under the pedantic
I don't understand.
aspect.
I think, semantics. Okay.
Pedantic semantics and Storm's ready for it. But hey, he only gets the one because Cirque's quick on the trigger. Cirque apparently thinks he has a shotgun. Runs up and wants to blow Kusta away. He has his teammate get the job done for him. Just the pistols for Gen.G. So, I mean, we could have kept arguing all round long. We wouldn't have missed too much. But we bring it back. Double digits for Evil Geniuses. This is really cool. I think it's great to see each of the teams performing strong T-sides on their own map choices.
Definitely. Stan's unpredictable calling is something that his teammates have said about him. He interviewed Rush. He said that Stan's one of the most unpredictable callers he's played with, and really appreciated that style of CS. And when a game is hard to read, you know, you use too many nades in the beginning, or you don't use enough nades when you need to. It's great from a conditioning perspective to be able to say that your calls are unreadable. And I think we saw a great example of that on that Banana pressure plus split up lane. And overall, EG, they've won a number of ecos pushing into Banana. They've won a lot of the late round situations with the 2v2s. They won a situation where they were down 2v5. Sorry for the odd wording, semantics update. At the time, EG had around 20 to 25 flashes when Daps had 43. So is that by the end of the game, they had 20 to 25 flashes and Daps had 43?
I think it's really cute that you apologized, Elliot, but please don't feel the need to, my friend. Your stats have been spot on, and it's just me being me.
But I think that confirms to you that that's also
it does confirm
way more,
it is much more. Yes. If it's somewhere near 20, I consider that much more.
Right.
Excellent.
Yeah. But it's even crazier when you extrapolate that to like that's 20
Their
to 25 between all
flashes.
5 of them. Yeah,
Yes.
that's like how is that possible?
Just daps things.
Crazy.
And you know what? He did that yesterday too on Train. I feel like he had, at one point, he had almost more flashes than ADR.
Right.
Look at
that's
Daps.
right. Yeah.
He's ready to add some ADR because he just saw 3 players walk away, and he gets the back of Tarek turned easily. Now, he's on a bit of a cycle because of the
Nicely
Molotov,
played,
but
yeah.
it works. Yeah, for him to tuck into the cover there, he could have been dead, but away he goes.
He read how he was going to be hunted down to perfection. Oh, nice shot from Automatic as well.
What
I
another
would love
2v.
for Gen.G to get this because I feel like they definitely have more to show on the second half. But I'm glad to see EG really turning up, looking so much better than map 1.
Yeah, giving us a competition. You know, I want that close series. We said this one was kind of split down the middle. Breeze, what more do you have in the tank? He's got his bomb back. He's going to go ahead and plant that on library side. There's a player close sight already coming up, and that's going to be that. Bentet finishes this one. Gen.G with a 4th round. Now, what we had on Train was near a mirrored image of exactly what's unfolding here, okay? Evil Geniuses on 10 rounds just like Gen.G were, and Gen.G now winning the closing rounds just like EG did. Remember, they got their 4th and 5th at the very end of the half. Same thing could happen here for Gen.G.
To me, it's a bit of a different game, though, when you look at what the second half could be, because I feel like Gen.G are playing much better than EG were last map. So we'll see if any of that translates to their T side. That's a different question. But right now, again, from a fundamental perspective, they're doing so many things right. So I just think EG are just on another level of fragging out right now. Breeze in particular in these mid rounds is where it gets scary for Gen.G. And we have seen Gen.G blow a lot of man advantage situations in the past. So it feels like that's a recurring problem, even though on Train, one of the most fantastic aspects of them was their ability to turn a 5v5 into like a 5v0 sometimes pretty consistently. So the Halls control here taken for Evil Geniuses at the top of the 15th. Bombs still drop back and spawn, and for the first time, I think in the whole half, Gen.G have decided not to fight for banana control. Except they're pretending that they are. They're drawing out some grenades here, and it looks like they're reclaiming mid at the very same time. But it looks like it's all a feint. You know, they don't have information at mid. They actually don't have information at B. This holder rotates quite a bit, but what site becomes more appealing for EG? That's the big question. 5v5 is always a scary one.
Couple flashes in for Kusta. Som's going to peek wide with it and can't manage the FAMAS. Ethan, he just tucked there behind the wooden wall. Denied him his opening frag. Stanislaw off of the smokes is going to go ahead and try to create space, trying to suss out what's up here on the B bomb site, and Stan's hitting form. Bentet in the meantime, he's got a double headshot, but yeah, that's a weird one. I feel like they got both bomb sites at the same time, and at the end of the day, frags matter most. So it's not the 10-5 we maybe expected. It's an 11th for EG. Join us after the break for the second half of Inferno.
come my way. Cause I catch a bad vibe when you're in my way. Some might play, but I don't wanna rush and make mistakes. And she don't care about the money, she don't wanna be a star. She just gives me good loving, so I keep her in my heart, yeah. Cause if we keep it in a moment, yeah.
Let's go, baby.
No longer as close as could be. An 11-4 score. Excellent showing here from Evil Geniuses, not just as a team in their decisions and whatnot, but honestly just individuals, man. Breeze, where were you on map 1? It's good to see you, buddy. 18-6 at the current moment, and you can see his confidence boiling over the brim as he sprints down mid into the line weight of Dabs. Dabs snaps with just one. Bentet able to trade back down Banana. So this is a bit of a trap here. Saw him. He's getting drawn into what these CTs want. He gets them both, though. I take back what I said. That is certainly not what they wanted.
I don't think, yeah, you weren't wrong, though. They definitely were like, oh, well, let's push while Psalm is still on this angle. We know exactly where he is, and they couldn't win their fight. So I think you're on point with that one. Yeah, at least stand in a very tough spot. I mean, he can't even go for this. He's going to try to catch Psalm, who's no longer present, and work on this dry run and B retake.
So Gen.G with a second pistol, or rather the second pistol.
The second pistol. My hopes are high, honestly, for a good half. Thing is that you can't really count on EG tapering off when they're playing well, because before the match starts, EG are on paper the favored team, but because of this skew towards recent results, you can't really anticipate what's going to happen in Counter-Strike these days. It makes it hard to comfortably say EG. But yeah, because of that uncertainty, I feel like there is still hope here for Gen.G to even win this map, even though it's quite a steep scoreline to come back into.
It'll be a good test of their resilience, something that you always want to see improving for younger, unproven rosters. These guys do have a LAN underneath their belts, but still, it's early days in comparison to, say, the side of EG. They've been around the world and back again.
Mm-hmm.
A few times.
Sometimes it's nice to hear the birds. Makes you feel like you're gaming until 5 a.m. and you realize you've got to go to sleep because the whole world is starting without you. Did I say that was nice?
Yes. Very nice. I'm from the countryside, Mohan, so it was very hard for me to move to the city because all of a sudden, the outdoors landscape, I was used to growing up with like grasshoppers and frogs and crickets in the middle of the night. And then you get traffic and people and drunkenness. And it's not quite the same. But hey, hold on. There are pistols paying off. This was not supposed to be the round that happened because it was a full gun round. So maybe I shouldn't write off EG so quickly. They have suddenly turned this right back into a discussion of Counter-Strike and a discussion as to what the heck has happened. Gen.G, they've taken damage on their last two players as well. There's still some utility for the counter-terrorists to try and make this retake happen. Grenade goes deep, misses the mark, 15 seconds. Someone's gonna have to plant.
Yeah, they can still, cover this plant on Coffins, but they would love to get a kill. And Ethan calls it out. Wow, they peek behind the fountain too. They probably should have tried to go for the Coffins plant, but yeah, the wall bank through the fountain. Oh my gosh, maybe it is unfair to call that there's a chance they could come back. This was a very, very nicely played eco round by EG. I mean, they pushed their utility to the limit here. Every single player was flashed on their way in. The Molotovs didn't come out for Gen.G, and you contrast that with EG's anti-eco, where they had the full execute into stacks, and they were able to win because they used their utility much better.
Good spray by Ethan. Didn't look great at the start, but still manages to whittle away HP from the other players. Tarek back in behind oranges. Still half a mag. Looking great. Sure enough, Bentet overwhelms. Has to go for the reload. Cirque putting his head on a pedestal, but he's still able to manage. 13 rounds for Evil Geniuses, and this one could be over pretty quick.
Yeah, don't know. Did they try to buy? They had upgraded some pistols because I think they've only got 2K. I can't actually tell if they were some dinks involved, but yeah, it looks like they just they'll have the money next round. Wow. They're going to give it their best shot. Yeah, it's just a full climb back.
Really going for it last round, and it wasn't even elaborate. Buy gun, run fast. Again. Same attempt, different location. Stanislaw and Breeze gonna rip it all apart. Bentet single Glock kill, and that's all they should be working with, seeing as it's vanilla pistols. 14th round for Evil Geniuses. Sure, they lost this second pistol, but they are right back on track, 2 away from extending this into a realm of uncertainty on Vertigo.
Breeze hasn't had to do much from his amazing first half performance up to 19-7 in the game so far. And we've got, I mean, everybody is fragging to some extent. Nobody's really lagging behind that heavily. Nades on both sides of mid. Lots of pressure here applied by EG. A bit light on the A site at the moment, but Gen.G don't have any plans to attack it just yet, so it's a bit of a stalemate. And when all the dust settles, it'll be EG who have bottom banana control. They still have the 5v5. But it looks like Gen.G have done a good job on conservation with their grenades. They've still got a lot of smokes left over. 5, in fact, all of them, to try to re-exec, take map control back. But they don't have Molotovs for banana.
Smoke fades towards ramp. Cirque now understanding that the peak could come in. He shoots the knee of Som, and that's going to activate Tarek from the corner. Now they're not going to want to linger around with that one. They don't really have the utility to get Som out of his corner, and there was still that op at a distance to give cover. What they do decide to run is daps around from Arch. Oh, but it doesn't seem to have worked. He comes through the smoke and is met by death. 4 standing tall here for Evil Geniuses. Automatics back trying to pick up bomb, and this one has fallen short. We are talking 10 map points for EG.
I think this is the very tough part, is that if you want to not take banana control early and you save your grenades, then they're not going to use a lot of grenades to defend it, and then they're going to have Molotovs on the retake. You're kind of counting you're kind of counting how much goes back and forth. And for EG, they put a little bit more into it, but they also got a lot of map control out of it. And Gen.G ended up using their Molotovs, which would have been a key part of retaking, just to get them to use more grenades. It wasn't an equal exchange from that perspective, and that's why EG came out ahead. So I think if Gen.G held nothing, then they might have had a better chance at getting to the bottom of banana, but EG would have had even more utility left over than what we saw.
Let's see if they can run it back. It's a long comeback, and it's not looking too good. Breeze just doesn't let off the gas pedal, comes in on the flank, shuts down the bomb carrier. So even with a successful entry from Kusta and Som at B, they've lost what they needed most. Som is able to come back and recuperate it, but Breeze going to be exchanging smokes. Kusta even keeping that B site clear, so Som, he's just going to have to fight for his life, and he goes down. Kusta now 1 versus 2 situation. He's going to be given a little bit to work with here. Eats the flashbang, walks into Breeze, and takes him down. So it's the second for Kusta. Keeping Gen.G rolling. He almost did everything that round. A sexy 4K from Kusta to give them a chance.
Very limited information. You see how he holds the angle on that second kill as well, even realizing what side would be peeked from. That was just sick, man. I don't even know if Breeze's angle was unfavorable, but he didn't shoot a bullet, so he must not have been able to see anything. Another beautiful clutch from Kusta, and he's still looking like he's got it.
And they're just going to run this one back again, just trying to charge up banana, trying to hit that B bomb site. Ethan dropping nades and mollies.
Man, these guys are really kind of all-inning a banana almost every single round. Look how quickly they have decided to kind of change their plans up, which is never a good sign. If 5 players go to 1 choke point, that means they wanted it. If they play a 4-1, then you might think they're leaving their options open, because that would be the sustainable way to do so. But here, this is when they're like, oh crap, banana didn't work, maybe we should go back to A.
At least keeping eyes on the possibility of it. It also reminds me to what we saw sometimes on, say, the outer yard of Train, where they would go for the massive clash, they'd get into the 3 versus 3, and then they'd just fall silent. But Tarek cheats the kill versus Daps. Som basically taps, Cirques off away. Breeze in with a single kill. Stanislaw dropping the bomb now, 4 versus 2 advantage, but Gen.G are trying to wrap around through the arch side. Automatic. Gonna have to put in some manual labor. He's got a player down mid ready for him. This is Ethan posted up. The first target in the 1v4. And Automatic drops that one, but Breeze, quick swing,